Hello everyone. Hope you have tried the problems which I gave yesterday. Anyway, I'm going to handle the solutions for them. Okay. As I said you in the Zoom interaction, please check with your solutions in the next video. Okay. Because see, when you are trying to update me in WhatsApp and these many students checking in WhatsApp is going to be difficult task. That's the reason my sincere request to everyone. Whenever I give a worksheet for you, just uh, try them, okay, and keep it like that. In the next lecture, while giving you the solutions, please check with them. If any errors, please correct them. If not done, just note down the solution, okay, then go ahead with the other cases. Still, I think some of the students not connected with me in the Zoom interaction. Anyway, next I want to talk to them, particularly whom I didn't talk yesterday and earlier. Okay, good. What is the problem I gave yesterday? A problem was the vertex of an equilateral triangle is 2 comma 3, 2 comma 3, and the equation of the opposite side is x plus y equal to 2. X plus y equal to 2. Find the equations of the other two sides. Find the equations of the other two sides. Very clearly, the given line equation x plus y equal to 2 is opposite to the vertex 2 comma 3. Means, let us take the triangle something like this. In such case, if we take this vertex as 2 comma 3, this line will be x plus y is equal to 2. Since the triangle is equilateral, angle between any two sides is going to be 60 degrees. So with that knowledge, we can go ahead with the solution. What is the idea? We are aware that tan theta is equal to mod m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 m2. Mod m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 m2. So first let us try to trace out the slopes of other two sides. Let's say A, B and C. Now we know the slope of BC. Okay. Because x plus y equal to 2, so that if you write this in the form of y is equal to minus x minus 2, you will get m is equal to minus 1. Means the slope of BC is going to be minus 1. And let's consider slope of AB is some m, since we are not aware. Okay. So if we treat m1 as m and m2 as minus 1, angle between them already we know, that is 60 degrees. So we can trace out tan theta. Means tan 60 is equal to tan 60 degrees is equal to mod m1 minus m2, means m minus of minus 1 plus 1, because here already we have minus and m2 is going to be minus 1, so minus of minus plus 1. 1 plus m1 m2 means m1 is m itself and m2 is minus 1, so that I will be getting 1 minus m. What is tan 60? Tan 0 0, tan 30 1 by root 3, tan 45 1 and tan 60 root 3. Okay, so root 3 is equal to mod m plus 1 by 1 minus m. Now on eliminating modulus on one side, what will I get here? M plus 1 by 1 minus m is equal to plus or minus root 3. Plus or minus root 3. Case 1, what will I do? I will be taking case 1 as plus root 3, so that I will be getting m plus 1 is equal to root 3 into 1 minus m. So m plus 1, our subject is to trace out m. Therefore, what I am going to do? Root 3 minus root 3m. Transposing all m terms one side and constant one side, I will be getting m plus m root 3 is equal to root 3 minus 1. What is common factor? M is the common factor, so that I will be getting root 3 plus 1 is equal to root 3 minus 1, and hence m is equal to root 3 minus 1 by root 3 plus 1. This is in only case 1. In case 1, what I have taken? Plus root 3. Okay, in case 2, what will I take? I will be taking minus root 3. Anyway, when you have irrational terms in the denominator, what generally we do? We'll go for the rationalization. What we'll do? Rationalization. Okay. So if I'll go for rationalization, what will I do? M is equal to root 3 minus 1 by root 3 plus 1 into root 3 minus 1 by root 3 minus 1. Fine? Because the rationalizing factor of the denominator, that is root 3 plus 1, is root 3 minus 1. Product of the numerators, that is root 3 minus 1 into root 3 minus 1. Root 3 minus 1 whole square by root 3 plus 1 into root 3 minus 1. A plus B into A minus B. Root 3 whole square. A square minus B square formula. Root 3 whole square 3 and 1 whole square 1. So that I will be getting 2. So if you expand this root 3 minus 1 whole square according to A minus B whole square formula, what we will get here finally? Here we will be getting root 3 square, that is 3 plus 1 minus 2 root 3 by 2. 3 plus 1, 4 minus 2 root 3. 2 is a common factor. 2 minus root 3 by 2 gets cancelled. So that in one case we have got slope as 2 minus root 3. What is one case? In one case the slope of the line is going to be 2 minus root 3. Similarly, if you will be taking the case 2 with minus root 3, means here m plus 1 by 1 minus m is equal to, we will be taking minus root 3. So minus root 3 into 1 minus m. In a similar manner, you will be transposing the terms to trace out m. Then you will be getting another value as 2 plus root 3. In one case, you have got here 2 minus root 3. On taking minus root 3, you will be getting 2 plus root 3. Okay. Then, what is the next part? Here we have got the slopes in two different cases. Okay. After getting the slope in two different cases, we are already aware that these two lines are passing through 2 comma 3 and the slopes are 2 plus or minus root 3. M is equal to 2 plus or minus root 3. And the point is 2 comma 3. Therefore, what is point and slope formula? Y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Therefore, y minus y1, that is 3, is equal to 2 plus or minus root 3 into x minus 2 are the equations of the sides of the equilateral triangle ABC. One is AB, other one is AC. Hope you got my point here. One line equation is y minus 3 is equal to 2 plus root 3 into x minus 2. Other line equation is y minus 3 is equal to 2 minus root 3 into x minus 2. What is the idea here? Just logical thinking that we have taken the slope of BC and converting y equal to mx plus c format, and angle, already we know that since in equilateral triangle every angle is 60 degrees, and using the formula tan theta is equal to mod m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 m2, we could trace out the slopes of AB and AC, and those two lines are passing through the point 2 comma 3. Since that is a common vertex for AB and AC, we could trace out the equations. Okay, chalo, let's go for another problem which I gave yesterday. Watch the methods and the approach, how I am going. Okay, that's very, very important. Yeah, good. The next problem I gave, the opposite angular points of a square are, the opposite angular points of a square are, let's say ABCD is the square of every angle 90 degrees. Square are 2 comma 0 and 5 comma 1. 2 comma 0 and 5 comma 1. Okay. Then find the remaining points. Find the remaining points. What can be the idea here? First tell me. Here one idea is, if you connect the diagonal ABC is a right angle triangle. Okay. Where it is right angle, at B it is right angle. Therefore, what can be what is the Pythagoras rule for the triangle? AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Let us take this point is some alpha comma beta. Since we are not aware, we are supposed to calculate that. we'll be getting two cases as if we have got in the previous case, and one case will be this coordinate and the other case will be this coordinate. Even on taking the triangle ADC also, it is going to be right angle at D, and there the Pythagoras rule is AC square is equal to AD square plus CD square. With that knowledge, we are going to work out this application. And what is one more idea? If you take the square ABCD, AB square is equal to BC square, because AB is equal to BC. All the four sides are equal. So case 1, I am going to take AB is equal to BC. Therefore, AB square is equal to BC square. What is AB square? Is with the distance formula, alpha minus 2 whole square plus beta minus 0 whole square, that is beta square, is equal to BC square. What is BC square? Alpha minus 5 whole square plus beta minus 1 whole square. Fine. Let's expand this. Alpha square plus 4 minus 4 alpha plus beta square is equal to alpha square plus 25 minus 10 alpha plus beta square plus 1 minus 2 beta, according to A minus B whole square formula in all the three cases. Alpha square gets cancelled, beta square gets cancelled. We are left with only alpha and beta terms along with constants. So what you are going to get? Minus 4 alpha. If I transpose this minus 10 alpha on the other side, it becomes plus 10 alpha. Minus 4 alpha plus 10 alpha becomes 6 alpha plus 6 alpha. And here I have minus 2 beta. Only one beta term is there, that is minus 2 beta. Sorry, on transposing left side becomes plus 2 beta. And here I have constant 25 and 1, 26 and minus 4. You will be getting 22. 25 plus 1, okay, yeah, plus 22. What is common factor? 2 is the common factor. So 3 alpha plus beta is equal to 22. Okay, fine. Here I have taken 2 common factor, no? So 3 alpha plus beta is equal to 11, because 2 ones and 2 11 times. Therefore, beta is equal to 11 minus 3 alpha. Let's put this relation aside, because we can use this particular result in solving the next case. So how we have got one relation between alpha and beta? Just by applying the distance formula between AB and BC. Similarly, what can be the next condition or next relation between alpha and beta? How it can be obtained? It can be obtained simply by taking the Pythagoras rule for the triangle ABC, that is AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. I am just erasing this part. AB square is equal to, this condition I am going to write here just for my board convenient. Beta is equal to 11 minus 3 alpha. Chalo. AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. AC square, what is AC square? Distance between A and C, that is 5 minus 2 whole square, 3 square, that is 9, plus 1 minus 0 whole square, which is equal to 1. AB square, alpha minus 2 whole square plus beta square plus BC square, alpha minus 5 whole square plus beta minus 1 whole square, which is 10 is equal to alpha square plus 4 alpha plus 4 minus 4 alpha plus beta square plus alpha square minus 10 alpha plus 25, okay, plus beta square plus 1 minus 2 beta. We have already got the result that beta is equal to 11 minus 3 alpha. To trace out alpha and beta, we will use this beta result in substituting in case 2, so that we will obtain the beta values. After getting the, we will be getting the alpha values. After getting the alpha values and substituting here, we will be getting the beta values. Okay. Any terms can get cancelled here? Okay, no terms. Okay, so Here we have alpha square plus alpha square, that is 2 alpha square, and beta square. Beta I am going to replace by 11 minus 3 alpha, that is 11 minus 3 alpha whole square. And what are the alpha terms? Minus 4 alpha, minus 10 alpha. Yeah, beta square and beta square. We have 2 beta square, so that 2 into 11 minus 3 alpha whole square, and minus 4 alpha, minus 10 alpha, minus 14 alpha, and any beta terms? Only one beta term we have, that is minus 2 beta. Therefore, minus 2 into 11 minus 3 alpha, and constants 25 plus 4, 29. 29 on transposing 10 on the other side, will be getting plus 19 is equal to 0. See what we have done? We have applied the Pythagoras rule for the triangle ABC, so that we have got AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. AC square nothing but 5 minus 2 whole square, that is 3 square, 9. 1 minus 0 whole square, that is 1, which is equal to AB square alpha minus 2 whole square plus beta minus 0 whole square plus alpha minus 5 whole square plus beta minus 1 whole square, according to distance formula. 10 is equal to alpha square plus 4 minus 4 alpha plus beta square plus alpha square minus 10 alpha plus 25 plus beta square plus 1 minus 2 beta. Alpha square plus alpha square 2 alpha square, and beta square plus beta square 2 beta square. 2 into beta I have replaced by 11 minus 3 alpha, so that 2 times of 11 minus 3 alpha whole square, minus 4 alpha minus 10 alpha minus 14 alpha, and minus 2 beta, so minus 2 into 11 minus 3 alpha. 25 plus 4, 29, okay, plus 1 also left, okay, 30 minus 10, so that it becomes 20. 20 is equal to 0. So now on simplifying this entire scenario, what we will get? We'll be getting alpha value. Anyway, in every case we have 2 common factors, so just take it out, so that you will be getting the alpha square plus 11 minus 3 alpha whole square minus 7 alpha minus of 11 minus 3 alpha plus 10 is equal to 0, because 2 is a common factor. Now the task has become very simple. Here simply we will expand according to a minus b whole square formula. Fine, on expanding according to a minus b whole square formula, we will be getting the values of alpha. Chalo, let us see what we are getting. We should be very careful in solving coordinate geometry equations. We will be getting lengthy equations, and sometimes a small error may lead to the big trouble. Alpha square plus, according to a minus b whole square formula, 11 minus 3 alpha square nothing but 11 square, 121 plus 9 alpha square minus 11 3s are 33 into 2, 66 alpha, okay, minus 7 alpha, minus 11 plus 3 alpha plus 10 is equal to 0. 9 alpha square plus alpha square, 10 alpha square minus 66 alpha minus 7 alpha. Tell me, minus 66 minus 7, minus 73 alpha, minus 73 alpha plus 3 alpha, minus 70 alpha, 121 minus 11, 110 plus 10 plus 120 is equal to 0. See how we have got comfortable equation. Taking 10 common factors. So what will you get? Alpha square minus 7 alpha plus 12. 12 tens are 120, which is equal to 0. It is a quadratic equation in terms of alpha. So you will take the factors for 12. What are they? 4, 3. So 4 plus 3, you will be getting 7. Means alpha square minus 4 alpha minus 3 alpha plus 12 is equal to 0. Therefore, alpha is the common factor, so that alpha minus 4. Minus 3 is the common factor, so that again alpha minus 4. So that you will be getting alpha is equal to 3 comma 4. What is alpha? Alpha is equal to 3 comma 4. On substituting alpha in alpha 2 values in this case, will be getting the beta values for 2 different cases. When alpha is equal to 3, beta is equal to 11 minus 3 into 3, that is 9, which is equal to 2. And when alpha is equal to 4, beta is equal to 11 minus 12, which is equal to minus 1. Means one vertex is 3 comma 2, other vertex is 4 comma minus 1. Means the other two vertices or the opposite vertices of the square according to the given coordinates are 3 comma 2 and 4 comma minus 1. See here the concept is not so difficult. Okay, anyway here we have some shortcut results also, I'll tell you, but one should be thorough in case of the conceptual approach. Generally what students does when a concept is not given, okay, without concept, if shortcut formula is mentioned, students will be ultimately using only shortcut formula and they don't focus on the theoretical knowledge and conceptual approach. That's the reason I'm not giving you now. You need not to have such a lengthy procedure. I'll give you a shortcut method once you are aware of this theoretical approach. Hope you got my point here. So likewise we will be going with more number of applications on each and every concept. Okay, in the next lecture you will be coming across new concepts like normal form, parametric form and perpendicular distance. All these are still are to be discussed. Once they are discussed, again we'll be going for applications like this. With different types of applications we can discuss as if we have done so far. Okay, watch carefully and rectify errors if at all anything is there. Thank you.